One, you can just book your ride online and they'll come and fetch you wherever you are, but they seems to be more expensive and they take a lot of time. But a green taxi, you can easily come out to the junction, you hail a taxi, tell him where you want to go. If you want to hire him for the day, you tell him. If you just want a drop, you tell him. If you just want to go along, you tell the driver. They will take you. So in my own view, I believe that it is easier to move around Abuja using green taxis. And somebody will ask, does it mean that the green taxis, they are holding dominance in Abuja? I don't know. This is something I want somebody to come to say in the comment section. Is Abuja taxis holding dominance above the ride-hailing taxis in Abuja? Can I actually get around Abuja using only these green taxis and ditch the ride-hailing apps? Yes, it is possible. Abuja street is buzzing with these transportation green taxis. They are almost everywhere in Abuja, in every street. When you get from Metama to Asokoro, from Asokoro to Use Market, but are they really taking over ride-hailing apps? That's a question I would like somebody to comment on the comment section. Ride-hailing apps have been the go-to ways to get around Abuja for years.
Yes, they have been. Yes, they have been.
Hello guys, can it be true that today that Abuja Green Taxi is taking over the ride-hailing taxis in Abuja? Like Bolt, InDrive, Rider, and Uber. Can it be possible that these traditional taxis, the green taxis of Abuja, is taking over dominance in Abuja taxi business? So today we are going to zero our focus on the possibility, the flexibility and ease of movement within Abuja metropolis using green taxi. Can it be feasible? Can I actually get around Abuja using green taxi transportation? Or is it easier and more feasible using the ride-hailing apps than the green taxi? So we are going to zero in on this today. The challenges traditional taxis face aren't just about finding passengers. Many struggle with things like high fuel costs, long hours, and the constant pressure to make a living. Some drivers even have to pay for permits and licenses out of their own pocket. All these costs adds up, making it tough for traditional taxis to compete with the likes of Uber and Bolt. Despite these challenges, traditional taxis still have a royal following. Some people prefer them because they can pay in cash and they often know the city like the back of their hands. But with the rise of the ride-hailing apps, it's been a tough road for them. That is what will be happening until something happens. And something is happening in Abuja because I can perceive the dominance of the traditional taxi, the green taxis, due to the hard situation and the economy. People prefer now to use the traditional taxis than the ride-hailing apps because they are cheap and they are affordable and they can go to places that ride-hailing apps might not be willing to go. Like now, a ride-hailing app might not really want to take you to Gwagwalada from the central area or to Zuba or Suleja, but these green taxis can take you as far as Zuba, Gwagwalada, Suleja, or even beyond. So I can see their dominance within this circle. So what makes these green taxis so special? For starters, they are backed by the government, which you don't know. The government of FCDA, the government, the municipal government of Abuja is backing them, which means they are getting a lot of support. They also offer fixed fares, which can be a big plus for people who are tired of surging prices. And they say they are focused on driver welfare, which could be a game changer for a lot of drivers who are struggling to make ends meet. So the green taxis operate on a different model than typical ride-hailing app. Instead of using an app to connect with passengers, they are more like traditional taxis. Now, for example, let's compare a typical journey using a green taxi versus a ride-hailing app. Say you are heading from a city center to a suburb with a ride-hailing app. You are expected to pay around 4,000, 5,000, depending on traffic. With a green taxi, the fare is fixed at 1,500 or 2,000. That's a big difference. But what about convenience and availability? I spoke to a passenger who uses both services. I love the green taxi. The person says he loves the green taxis because they are affordable. And she said, but sometimes I have to wait a bit longer for one to show up. On the other hand, ride-hailing apps can be super convenient, but they can also be pricey during peak hours. So, are the green taxis truly taking over?